Alright, so now that we have our folder structure down, let's actually start linking our document into this thing. The actual integration stage, I'd say. So let's start with just checking out the actual demo. When we looked at when we downloaded the project files or that the guy offered online, there's an index.htm, and in there should be some clues to what's going on for us. So let's take a look at the code view. Let's see. So he's linking. Okay, he has his style sheet, and it just so happens that his style sheet is the same in the same rather his HTML document is in the same folder as ours. So since he's linking properly to the screen style sheet, we could just copy and paste that. Let me get out of live code view. We could copy and paste that right into ours. Now we got to be careful. Where are we gonna paste this style sheet into? Now, obviously, CSS, cascading, 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 right? So we want to make sure that we put his style sheet before ours and make ours the last one. That way, in case we're applying any styles, we're not like kind of like stepping on each other's feet. So, okay, we could do that. Let's see if it linked right, because it should show up over here. And now we have a screen.css. Cool. So it worked. We got the right link. Let's start just by taking out this reset, because we don't need too many resets in here. Okay. We'll take that out. We'll leave his name. Doesn't matter. You could take it or leave it. No big deal. Okay. So now we have our style sheet. Big deal. It's not really doing too much. If we go back to his document, we see he has another link to jQuery. Well, it doesn't matter for us because we already have it. Now he has this custom the jQuery UI, and I don't want to add anything I don't need. So let me see something. So when I preview his page, here it is. Let me just comment out this jQuery UI and see, since it's linked, I just do this thing kind of. Here we go. And kill it. Now, if commenting this out doesn't change anything, doesn't look like it changed anything to me, yeah, okay, then whatever. I'm not going to use that in my code. I don't need that. That's, garbage. I mean, it's not garbage. It's just not useful for me. So that's fine. Now let me look at his execute.js. Now his execute.js is the same thing as our script.js. That's where he's putting all his custom declarations in there. So let me take a look here and actually look at what he has. So blah blah blah, document ready. Okay, now he has the reflection nav. You know what? Good thing he has all this nice comments in here, nicely commented code, I was going to say, because this is what's helping us out. Otherwise, this is like the behind the scenes stuff where although it's not explicitly stated in the online documentation you bump into, once you download it and you see the comments in the code, that's when you start making sense of what's going on. So we don't actually need any of this. We just need this shadow part, this shadow nav. So this is the only part of the code that we're going to copy and paste. Now, before we even do that, let's take a look at what's going on. Or again, we're assuming we don't know everything that's going on. This is more like, like hieroglyphics over here, and we're just going to kind of get an idea of what's happening. Interestingly enough, if you look, he has this append thing. Now this is adding, if you look this up, you'll see what it does, and it actually adds stuff to any element that's in the div container called nav.shadow. And look at what it's actually adding. It's adding the icon shadow. Okay, so that little box underneath is what it's adding, and it's setting a width and a height for it. Alright, that's fine. So I understand that so far. Now, oof, this down here thing looks a little complicated. So he's saying that once you hover over the LI item in there, do all this stuff. And what does this mean? Well, he says that the variable e equals this, so he's talking about this. And then look at this. So all this stuff, find, stop, find the link in here. Okay, so find the link in this, which is the list item. Stop. I guess if we read the article before, you always put the stop before the animation thing. So in case you click on a different thing and start the animation, another animation won't happen. You know what I mean? Just think about if you hover over something and it starts going up, and then you move away from it and go to hover over a different element. You don't want them all like hovering up and down. It's like as soon as you move away, you want it to stop the animation, go to the other thing. You could actually take that out and see what the difference is. But animate, margin top, -14, 250. Okay, whatever. This looks like this looks important. So this is all good. This is all good. So this is basically saying this margin top -14 points. That means it's going to kind of like bring it up 14 points. This is the part that's making it levitate up. And what happens after that? Okay. Anyway, this should give you a little bit of an idea what's going on. I'm not saying you know exactly what this code means or you could do it yourself, but you have a basic grasp of what's happening here. So let's go ahead and just take all this and copy it, and now I'm going to go into mine and put it into script.js, and let me put it at the end, and shadow navigation. Okay,